When I think of the police department, I think of the many definitions of leadership that's available from the gurus in the field, like Peter Drucker and John Maxwell, Zig Ziglar, Steve Covey, and all those. The following definition is one I found very helpful that was provided by Orrin Woodward, and he says this: leadership is the influence of others in a productive, vision-driven direction, and is done through example, conviction, and character of the leader. In the book Launching a Leadership Revolution, there are 5 levels of influence that a leader strives towards in order to be effective. They are learn, perform, lead, develop leaders, and develop leaders who develop leaders. I believe the Fitchburg Police Department embodies and continually strives to live out this very definition and levels of leadership. In particular, I've seen this in action with the Citizens Police Academy and my interactions over the past 2 years with officers all the way up to Chief Ladder. And I want to thank you. And some of you here I've ridden with, and it's been a privilege. I want to thank Sergeant Ryan Michaels for his expert driving skills as he transported us back and forth from the police department with a training center with skill and accuracy.
Somewhat.
He even allowed me to give updates from my NFL app when the Vikings were playing the Packers. It was a close game. While we drove back in a very slow traffic, therefore he deserves the best driver with compassion and curb appeal. Sergeant Michaels, we have a certificate for you. And it's a certificate of best driver with compassion and curb appeal. And those of you that have ridden him understand the curb appeal.
Yes.
So we want to give that to you.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Somebody just thinks it's a big bang. Right? It goes on for miles behind you.
Speaking of driving, the one session I missed had some excitement. As Wendy and Ryan related to me, Wendy tried to run over to class during evac. We want to thank Bomber and Nick for their quick thinking, there we go. And they deserve a Medal of Valor, and therefore, Bomber, you have the Medal of Valor certificate, valuable contribution for quick thinking and action at the evac, with a Medal of Valor and
At the evac.
She left the car in reverse. She left the car in reverse instead of putting it in park.
I am very
I was in the back
grateful
seat.
for the opportunity to meet all of my classmates, especially Wendy, since she so graciously volunteered me to speak tonight, to which no one else jumped forward to rescue me. I didn't know about Nick. He did that on the side. I just feel the love. I learned some of us had lived in the same area, like Boston, and were familiar with sights as we discussed our backgrounds with each other. We all enjoyed one another's company, and if we did not, we sure did a great job of acting. Every week I learned great insights from our instructors. I thanked them greatly, from the learning about drugs, gangs, crime scene investigations to DAT and scenarios. Chase was a huge hit.
Oh, yeah.
I have to admit I particularly liked the DAT and the sparring with Sergeant Ryan. That was fun. While waiting for my turn with the scenarios, I told Wendy that I would be the lucky one who will have to shoot my gun. Thank you, Sergeant LaHaye. Sure enough, I was. During the video training, I learned just how fast the situation can turn around. I moved too slow, and I was shot. When I returned from the shooting range, I had friends at home visiting, and I showed them the results of my target. They seemed impressed. My wonderful wife, who's with me tonight, who always said I cannot have a gun in the house, made a comment like, "I guess with those results he can have a gun," or something close to that. The whole room erupted in laughter. Therefore, I'll have to make a trip to Mount Gander. Thanks, Bomber, for your excellent guidance that opened this wonderful opportunity for me. Now that you have taught me so well, we need to go bird hunting. In closing, allow me to echo Wendy's thoughts, to which I concur, and believe this is the sentiment of our whole class. Let me quote what she sent me. "It was also nice to get to know our classmates on the drive to and from MATC. Of course, huge thanks to Sergeant Baumkamp and Sergeant Michaels, as well as all the other officers and sergeants who put in time to teach the class. It was great to know, or get to know, so many staff in the police department by name. It was such a positive experience. I will definitely be encouraging my friends and coworkers to take application and apply in the future. So thank you very much, and may God bless you and keep you safe.